reading will be for the Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hey, Miss Heim. Miss Heim. Hey. This reading may be for you if you happen to have Libra in your Sun, Moon. Hey, Sacred Lotus. This reading may be for you if you happen to have Libra in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus dominant in your natal chart. You're cross-watching for a Libran with those placements. It may resonate also if your 7th house is in Libra. This is general, Libra. So this means that there are certain things that may resonate with you, and there are certain things that may have been intended for someone else to hear. Disregard the messages that are not genuinely for you, and the things that are, take those in, consider those things. I encourage you to always listen to the reading with discretion and discernment and with an open mind. Please don't make any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you'd like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Lastly, Libra, we're going to go over some topics that might be sensitive. Some topics in this reading might be heavy. If you're not in the headspace to maybe listen to a reading such as that, here's your opportunity to check out. I'll see you next time, possibly. Otherwise, those of you who are ready to dive into this with me, Libras, let's look into what might be going on over the next 7 days. Hey, Paula. Hey, Miss Rosa. Some of you Librans, you're heavily into spirituality. You're healers. You could possibly work in healthcare, therapy. You could possibly be getting some sort of therapy. Or you could be providing this to people. You're very spiritual, it looks like, Libra. Or the person that you're dealing with could be. You might be a psychic, possibly. Or some of you, maybe you're going to psychics. You got a lot of plagiarism, a lot of copycat type of energy that's around you. So maybe you might noticing some shapeshifters, people that may mimic the things that you are saying, especially if you are an influencer, because it looks like some of you Librans are. There's certain things that you might be saying, or you're meant to convey a specific message. You're like a light bearer is what I'm trying to say, Libra. And it seems like people may be drawn to your message for whatever reason. But like I said, it seems like there are some people that are there to kind of steal, imitate, copy, plagiarize, this sort of thing. You are the strategist. There's a plan that you're coming up with. It may possibly have something to do with your money, your finances. It seems like your finances have possibly taken a hit, or you're experiencing a lot of ups and downs when it comes to your money. It also feels like that's the case with your finances. I'm sorry, I just said that. I meant your emotions. It seems like maybe your emotions are kind of all over the place. If it's not you, Libra, then it's somebody else around you. Remember this week, Libra, a cross-watcher. Words have power. So it's not always what you say. No, let me take that back. It is. It's what you say, and it's how you say it. Because it seems like words this week may have the potential to destroy. Or this is just simply what someone is doing. Possibly through what someone is saying, it's causing someone to feel like they're on an emotional roller coaster. Unless maybe some of you might be going to an amusement park. Maybe you are. Maybe intentionally you are. And maybe there's an adrenaline rush for you with that. Definitely it feels like somebody is inebriated. Somebody drinks a lot. And maybe you feel like somebody turns into someone entirely different after they've had something to drink. Somebody has an agenda when it comes to dating. So, you know what, Libra, be careful about who you're connecting with around this time. Some of you are already connected to someone. And it seems like you might be going through it this week. But judging by the look of it, I haven't even really laid out all of the cards yet to determine what's going on. But whatever it is, it looks like it's intense, or it has been in the past. Especially around home. Things might be tense. You could be moving, Libra, or somebody in your household could possibly be moving out. Okay, maybe you're having an issue with friends. It seems like maybe you want to reconnect with someone that you might feel is a soulmate. It seems like you've been having some conflict with someone. There's been a lot of tension between you and someone, a lot of arguments. There's a lot of stress and strife. And I see somebody kind of clinging and holding on to the situation. It seems like maybe somebody doesn't want somebody to leave. Might have been a lot of harsh texts going back and forth. Maybe there's just been some really intense words that have been said because, like I mentioned to you, let's go back. Words have power. So it seems like whomever I mentioned to you, you're very influential. Libra, a cross watcher, the person you could be dealing with who could be a Gemini. Or a Cancer. Capricorn is also heavily highlighted. I want to also throw out Leo. Taurus. Did I say Taurus yet? I did say Taurus. No, I didn't. If I didn't, yep. And here is your Taurus. Speaking of Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Maybe you are a Libra, Virgo cusp. Libra, if somebody is leaving the situation, somebody's coming back after an argument. Okay, so maybe you did have it. It looks like either you are going through an ending. Okay, because it looks like somebody is destroying the relationship. But it seems like somebody might be coming back to try to put this back together again. As the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Especially Aries is the highlighted zodiac sign here. Yeah, some of you, Libra, you're in a third party situation. And it seems like somebody might come across this information. They've been suspicious. Somebody's been suspicious for a while. Somebody has seen the change up with someone. Like somebody is becoming very inconsiderate of somebody's feelings. Talking to them any sort of way. And I think the issue is this week, Libra, you feel like somebody is not going to change. There's somebody that has a lot of anger. And I think that you wish that someone would heal their anger. Unless this is just you. Maybe this is you feeling like, okay, I need to do something about this anger. Letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Okay. So whatever is coming up for you, Libra, it feels like something is going to require you to let go. You might have to surrender to some things that might be going on around you because it seems like maybe you might feel like you have zero control, right? Over what happens next. That sort of thing. Manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. Somebody is arrogant. This is what I mean. It's in what someone is saying. I did say that maybe you're very spiritual, Libra. We're going to come back to that. There's some sort of manipulation. Okay, let's make it clear. Somebody has a strategy. Is this an exit strategy? What's going on with Libra? Somebody might be, it's the rainbow that's catching my eye. Somebody might be a part of the LGBTQ community. Confirmation. I did say that you're a healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your ability. Stay tuned to your path as a healer. We're going to get back to that too. Libra, somebody might ghost the situation. You might be in an intense argument with someone. You might not get a resolution to that. Somebody might take a little bit of time to kind of leave the situation. It seems like somebody is tired of fighting. And the trigger this week feels as though somebody may get a hold of some information, maybe through spying. It seems like somebody might want to reunite with a past person or a past situation who could be a Virgo. Somebody's keeping their options open, even though they're supposed to be in a relationship. Maybe you feel like this is meant to be. You might feel like you're with the person that you're meant to be with, but it seems like somebody has a lustful spirit about them. So it seems like somebody is just inconsistent when it comes to relationships and staying put and being faithful. It feels like it's a monogamy issue for some of you. with this King of Cups. It could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There's been a lot of temptation, and it seems like somebody has been maybe giving in to that temptation, and it's causing somebody to feel left out in the cold, especially a Sagittarius. Seems like you've tried to put up a boundary in the past. Somebody doesn't want to let go. I mentioned to you, some of you have a third-party situation. Some of you, it's due to the fact that somebody from the past returns, or that somebody still, because maybe you're not getting along, somebody feels like the grass is greener, and they may be looking back in the past and feeling like maybe this situation that they had before with this Queen of Wands, maybe they feel like, maybe this King of Cups may feel like things were easier when they were with this Queen of Wands. So it looks like maybe somebody is thinking about backtracking. Someone returns. For some of you, Libra, somebody is returning to you. For others of you, it seems like somebody could be leaving and returning to a past person. It seems like right now, somebody might feel like this isn't working out. And somebody might feel like, you know what, it may be, I don't know if this is somebody's way of getting revenge, maybe. Looks like somebody is having a friends with benefit situation on the side. And they're keeping that a secret. And so, like I said, the cat's out of the bag today. Somebody is looking, they're going spying for information, and they find out what they need to find out. The situation becomes tense. There could be an age difference between you and this person, or they might be dating somebody that you might feel is young-minded. Anyway, it seems like this week somebody is needing to choose a path or make a decision about what they really want to do or where they really want to be. It seems like somebody might want to go back to an ex, somebody from their past, but maybe things are just not good with that person either. It looks like somebody leaves a trail of just bad relationships. Let's talk about it. Let's go back. We got this card talking about destroyer. So it feels like somebody has a history of, like I said, destroying relationships where things end in separation and maybe things don't end amicably. This week, Libra or cross watcher, your guides are saying, love yourself first, because it seems like you might be constantly used to giving someone the benefit of the doubt, even maybe after you find proof. Maybe what you're going to look for, because it seems like this week somebody is being vague. There's a lot of holes in their story, things that they're saying, and especially if it's a fire sign, things that they're saying don't quite add up. Yep, somebody's looking for an escape plan. Maybe you do feel lost in the woods. Maybe you are in the thick of this, and maybe you don't know how to see your way out of a situation. Yeah. You already know somebody's up to something. You already know how they operate. Libra or cross watcher. Some of you, there could be a celebration, a birthday celebration. We're in Taurus season, somebody's birthday. Somebody could be, I mentioned to you, a Taurus. Maybe this is someone coming to see you for your birthday. Or around the time of your birthday, you're going through it. Libra or cross watcher. That's what I mean. If this is not you kind of lashing out because you're going through it, or that's what I mean. Like somebody is saying something to someone who's already going through something. Talked about it. Emotional roller coaster. For some of you, the issue is a legal situation. That's where the pressure is. You're not knowing how the situation that might be up in the air for some of you when it comes to a legal situation might be kind of getting the best of you this week. Some of you, this legal situation has something to do with a separation. Maybe some of you could be talking to an attorney, getting an advice about a legal situation, a divorce for some of you. Some of you, this whole situation that we're talking about with words have power. This may not be adults. They're adults, but this could be a child. There could be a child involved. This could be an adult maybe saying things, disparaging words to a child. So that's the takeaway from the reading. Words have power. Words have the power to destroy or build up. Virgo and Leo. Somebody is a Virgo Leo, or they have Virgo and Leo heavily in their chart. For sure. Those are like the highlighted signs. And then you have an air sign. That could be you, Libra. Maybe there's someone that you're not communicating with. But before this week is over, it seems like you could possibly be, somebody might possibly come to their senses and try to work something out with you. Somebody could possibly be returning. It seems like things have been kind of tense, and maybe you might feel like there's no easy fix to the issues, because it seems like somebody might be blaming the other. There's the blame game going on in the situation. And it seems like somebody likes to dominate the other person. Someone is coming across as very controlling. Regardless, Libra, this week, it feels like somebody, or pretty soon if it's not this week, somebody may want to talk. Somebody may want honesty about some things that have been going on that have been secretly, kind of discreetly hidden, but not so discreetly, because it seems like somebody has uncovered this information, or they will, very likely. And that might be what starts the argument. But either way, it seems like somebody's coming to kind of figure things out with you, talk things through. And it's very likely that they might be approaching you before the week is over. And I say somebody is LGBTQ. Somebody could be, this could be a same-sex relationship for some of you. Somebody, yep. This is definitely happening with a child. Some of you, there's a separation with children, possibly due to a legal issue. This could be a court custody situation. Or you could be separated from your child due to a breakup. See people possibly arguing over money. This feels like this is somebody that likes to maybe get attention or do things in front of their friends or their peers so that they can feel empowered. Singles. I mentioned to you, somebody is in a relationship. This won't be the case for everyone, but for some of you, somebody is. And somebody might not say upfront that they're in a relationship. And it seems like if the way that this would go, if this is your story, this is how you'd know. Okay, you're talking to someone, Leo. I guess it could be a Leo. I don't believe in coincidences, so Spirit Guide said Leo. Somebody might stop, like somebody might start ghosting you or stop calling you out of nowhere. I don't think somebody has like a side situation. This feels like this is a full-fledged relationship. But this feels like for some of you Libra singles, be careful, somebody is flirting with you. They're kind of toying with you. They're keeping you a secret because they're not saying upfront that they're in a relationship with someone. I think somebody, like I said, somebody likes the attention because maybe they feel like they're not really getting it at home. They're not getting it from their partner because things are tense between them and their partner. It's like somebody is like wants to know if they still got it. Like if they're still attractive, can they still pull somebody that, because it looks like somebody is impressed, Libra, with the way that you look, the way that you come across. I think you're the total package or vice versa. So somebody's going out of their way to try to impress you, really trying to charm you. You might meet this person through work for some of you. But it seems like for some of you Libras, somebody is not sure whether there's a future together. Or that might be how you might be feeling. After somebody kind of approaches you, they're talking to you, and it just seems like somebody is just, it's a monogamy thing. It's not a you thing. It's a monogamy thing. Leo. Somebody's guarded. That's what I mean. Somebody stops calling you out of nowhere. So this would be somebody that things kind of fade away between you and this person. And then there's potential for this situation to come back. Especially singles, by the fact that this person is triggered by their partner, or by the fact that maybe something comes out and something is revealed and the truth is seen about something, and somebody's in the doghouse this week, that might lead them to come back and talk to you. But this doesn't feel like somebody is coming in for a real relationship. That's only for some of you. For others of you, someone is coming back. They don't know how to approach you with this situation. You've been on their mind constantly lately. Yeah, you didn't imagine it. You didn't imagine that maybe something else was going on behind your back, or maybe something that you suspected. Maybe somebody's bisexual, and maybe you had your hunch about it, but maybe you weren't sure. Whatever this is, like I said, somebody might be coming back around. I think your fear is that someone may not make a real effort. They may not make a genuine effort, because somebody is coming across this week as abusive. Or the information you find, and like maybe, like I said before, maybe you didn't know this person was bisexual, and now you're like, okay, well, how is this gonna work? That sort of thing. But that's definitely the case for some of you. Somebody's down low. This week, Libra, it seems like you're hitting pause on a relationship. You might take a break. You might feel like you need a breather to maybe think things through. I mean, you may not physically separate from your partner or whomever this is. It could be family. But it seems like you might notice that someone is maybe more distant than usual. And it might feel like someone is just kind of like cutting you off. Some of you, the cutoff has something to do with somebody has come across some sort of receipt. They've seen proof of what they needed to see. They've seen enough. Okay. That's what I see. You got a legal situation, Libra. It seems like court paperwork could have been filed. Let's see what this is, because it seems like you got something legal going on, or somebody around you might, if it's not you. And if it is a legal situation, it feels like it has something to do with this aggression, or it may have something to do with weapons. Maybe a situation may have gone a bit overboard. Thank you, Valerie. Strength. Leo is definitely a highlighted sign here. You might feel like somebody is odd. You got a spy, but for some of you, the spy that we're talking about is not like a Cancer. Comes up heavily as well. You got the Chariot, not once but twice. I don't know, maybe somebody's driving by. Maybe somebody's kind of sitting in their car at night. Somebody might be camped out trying to figure out what somebody is doing. And whatever somebody is coming across, it seems like somebody is just not happy with what they see. What's going on legally for the Libra Nation? What happened with the Libras? So we talked about words have power. You might be going off on someone. It might be the sound, the sound level. It might catch somebody's attention. You got nosy people. Libra, somebody wants to know the tea. And you do have a legal situation. Somebody might be in jail. Or that's what this looks like to me. Either someone is in jail, or it is the threat, the possibility of there being jail time that is just really stressing somebody out. What happened, Libra? I remember we did this a few weeks back, and it looked like it had something to do with a domestic violence situation. For some of you. Yep, here we go. You do. Court. Maybe you have a court situation, a court date coming up. Maybe you got into an accident. Would that bring you to court though? Creativity, destructiveness. You got destroyer. You have a lot of different things here pointing to maybe, I see different things here. I see somebody feels threatened by you and somebody could possibly be trying to destroy you in some sort of way. This feels like this is on a, like professionally is what I'm talking about. But this feels like it's also psychological. Somebody messed something up. Maybe that's someone's intention, is to try to mess something up. Okay, because you got somebody laughing in this card. Like maybe you feel like somebody doesn't take something seriously. You got an enemy. For some of you, Libras or cross watchers. What's going on with Libra? What's this court situation about? Well, we already established that. Betrayal is what I mean. Something to do with weapons. Is somebody might have like an assault case. What is going on? I said somebody is worried that someone is going to maybe do jail time. And maybe that there is some sort of corruption with the system. Maybe there's someone trying to brainwash. Maybe a witness. Somebody's being brainwashed in the situation, or someone is concerned that maybe someone is. I never know that this is what I'm walking into when I do the readings. I don't know that they're going to go like this. But yeah, some of you could be going to a psychic. Maybe some of you, I mentioned to you, you have a lot of influence. You're a healer, this sort of thing. Maybe there's someone that's coming to you to get some sort of insight about what might be going on. Thank you. The rumor mill is chirping. I said somebody wants to know the tea about this. You're surrounded by some nosy people, nosy individuals. Libra, a cross watcher for some of you. I think this is the people that you live. Can you nudge her for me? This might be the people that you live around. What's going on with Libras? Because let me let you know, you have an enemy. Because right beneath that 5 of swords, you have a 3 of swords. If this wasn't a stabbing, something violent may have happened. You have the devil, isn't it? So you don't want to read about stuff like this. What's going on with Libras? What's going on with court spirit guides? Maybe there's somebody that you can't stand the sight of this week. Libra, you can't stand them. You might be seeing them. You might be coming across them. Someone that you feel is aggressive in nature. Yes, thank you, spirit guides. I knew it. I knew it. For some of you, it's family. Okay? But for others of you, this feels like this has something to do with neighbors. These are the nosy individuals. Somebody has a suspicion about you. This is nosy neighbor. Yes, it is. For some of you, that's the scenario. You're around some nosy people. Or maybe for some of you, people are just genuinely concerned and they want to know what's going on. Some of you, you're going to, this court matter has something to do with your living situation. Unless that's just another layer that's on top of it. Maybe you're going to, hold on, babe. Shh. Maybe you're wanting to go to court, not wanting to. You could be going to court because of your house or your living situation is affected due to this. Thank you. It comes out again. Court. What's going on though, spirit guide? We've established that there's court. I think you got a lot of swords. And then you got law enforcement. This feels like this is due to some sort of arrest. Somebody could, as soon as I part the deck. Somebody got arrested. Right beneath that, justice. Yes. Somebody is on probation, parole. Someone could possibly be calling you to bail them out of jail. But this feels like somebody could be getting probation, or someone is on house arrest sort of thing. Libra. And maybe this is a phone call that you might be getting, or maybe someone in the past has already contacted you to let you know that maybe they need to be bailed out. So you might have a court date coming up to kind of determine what comes next. Like if someone's going to stay behind bars. And I mentioned to you before, somebody drinks a bit too much. This feels like this is alcohol and emotions. Because it seems like someone this week can't seem to control their emotions. So somebody might be acting out, might be doing something that's completely, I almost want to say out of character, but maybe it's not. But especially when somebody has some liquor in them, you might notice a huge change in them. They act completely differently. This is what I meant by in the beginning of the reading, I was saying maybe you wish someone would control their anger. It's due to a betrayal or some sort of physical, somebody's taking off on somebody physically and somebody ends up in jail. And that's what I mean. There's a court date coming up. It looks like whatever this is, it seems like, when is that court date? Lawyer up because something might be a trap. I don't know. Are you talking to the police? Somebody's definitely trying to get information out of somebody. You know how the Miranda rights say that anything you say or do can be used against you. And you have this card that says, trap. That's what I mean. Lawyer up. Somebody might be trapping you into a story. Trapping you into some information. I don't know. That's just what this looks like to me. I can't tell you what to do or to say, and nor am I trying to. Just an observation. So please don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. I think I see a restraining order. And definitely it feels like somebody might need some help. So I mentioned to you, somebody might be calling on you, Libra or cross watcher, for some help, some legal help, or like I said, it's necessary. You got trapped once again. So it may be beneficial to reach out to get some sort of legal advice so that you're not stuck or caught up in a situation that you feel trapped in. If you have a smoking habit, Libra, maybe this is a habit that you're trying to kick. Maybe this is what has you all riled up and emotional. Maybe maybe you're trying to quit cold turkey. Or maybe it's not cigarettes. Maybe it's something else. Maybe somebody just has a lot of aggression because of that. I don't know. Okay. Some of you, this is within a relationship, the suspicion, and we're going to move on after this unless it comes back up. Somebody is suspicious that maybe their partner is doing something behind their back. You know? Back to this because I didn't really come to a conclusion. There's some sort of punishment for a crime. Like there's consequences, it looks like, for someone's actions. But I think someone is fearing how deep these consequences might be. Okay. This feels like a setup, though, for some of you. Libra, a cross watcher, like somebody is trying to set you up. I don't know. The name Chase, the name JC, Jace, Brenda, Joanna. These names could be relevant in some sort of way. Maybe the name Coral or Philip. Maybe the name Eli. Let's see what else might be going on. Libra. You got this card that says suspicion and you didn't imagine it. But I mean, there's something that you might come across. You have a suspicion about someone who might be watching you. Like I said, don't take it too far. It might not be that deep. I did say you could be on social media. But there's someone, this feels like it's more intense than that. But for some of you, maybe you do have like a stalker. Could be an online stalker. For some of you, we got the police in the reading. So this might be like a police situation and I'm just thumbing through. I mean, somebody's looking for somebody. Or this is just your nosy neighbor situation again. Maybe you have a neighbor that's just maybe coming up to your door or whatever. But no, this feels like this is a detective or somebody is playing detective and looking into a situation, ratting somebody out. Yep. This feels like this is an interrogation. There might be some sort of mail, document, letter that could be coming through pretty soon. Libra or cross watcher. See what's going on with your money. Because it seems like that's what you're stressed out about too. Definitely. Let's confirm it again. Someone's returning. Or like I said, this is you returning to court. Concerned that maybe someone is going to return to jail. Deliverance. That makes sense. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay. What's going on with your money? It doesn't look like you're feeling that well at work. Seems like it's going to be important for you to stay organized. For some of you at work, this is where you have some sort of an issue with somebody. Might be where the enemy is. It seems like some of you might be in fear for your job. What's going on with, once again, Leo? There's definitely a Leo. And you have an air sign. I think this is Archangel Michael, though. Because it seems like your angels are coming to your aid with regard to something that you're dealing with. Or this is you praying and asking for guidance with something that's going on. What's going on with Libra's money? You're very creative. You have a creative side to you, Leo. But I think you have a lot of deadlines this week at work. Maybe that's something that you're concerned about. Seems like these deadlines are creating a lot of pressure. Somebody has some sort of mental illness, by the way. You had a lot of reference to knives. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Libra and their money. So you got some deadlines. It's going to be important for you to stay organized and disciplined, Libra. Something might be going on with your car also. Maybe it's time to look into getting a new car. But maybe it's your credit. Maybe that's something that you're on the verge of repairing. Do you see what the heck I mean? 10 of Swords. Can these readings... Somebody a hunter? Or maybe someone's name is Hunter. Oh, Hunter. Maybe you're looking for a job. If you didn't, that's what I mean. I'm not saying everyone has a third party, but some of you do. That's what you're suspicious about. You didn't imagine it. Something else is really going on here. So it seems like I'm asking spirit guides, what's going on with your money? And every time we talk about money, something else comes up. Maybe you're having a lot of distractions. Perhaps there's a job opening that could be coming up for you this week. Seems like maybe you're not getting along with somebody at work. Maybe this week. Especially be careful about dating somebody at work. Because this seems like that's what's going on. That's where this whole weird situation is. But I mean, be careful about mixing dating and work life. Something could get possibly a bit messy. And maybe that's what all these nosy people are about. It may be about that. Anyway, it seems like while you have all these deadlines, something's been keeping you still. It might be all these distractions. It might be all these things that are happening in your relationship and legally. Yeah, and it does look like that's the issue. You're stuck. You feel stuck. Maybe you feel like you're out of options because you don't know what's going to happen yet. Is that what's going on at work? Yeah. It seems like you can maybe repair some sort of damage that's been done. It seems like you might be making some gradual progress towards something, but this feels like this is a court date that's nearing. But I mean, you got something coming up. Seems like somebody is, there's something, maybe literally, maybe you are injured. I mentioned to you something about an accident. For some of you, this is a relationship that's on its last leg. What is going on? You're making, somebody doesn't know where to go. Maybe this week you're having career uncertainty. Maybe you have a boss that's kind of micromanaging you. And maybe it's this whole legal situation. It feels like everything is tied together. Maybe you're concerned that maybe you're going to lose your job. I don't know. But some of you, it seems like there's a job opening that does come up. Didn't I say you have a lot of influence? You have a job opening that could be coming up for you. You could be possibly going to maybe apply for something else. But it seems like you've been really trying to push through certain situations that have been coming up. And all of a sudden, I want to call you Virgo. But I know this is not the Virgo reading. If you have a friend that's a Virgo, maybe your partner's a Virgo, or like I said, you might be a Libra Virgo. Discernment is going to take you a long way. Because I mentioned to you, maybe for some of you in your work situation, could be that somebody feels threatened by you. I promise you I don't want to read about this. Anyway, I'm going to get back to that. I'm really trying to avoid reading about that situation that I just saw. But with work, I see you making some gradual progress. It feels like you are. Maybe you are kind of running to keep up with the pace at work, right? It seems like there's a lot of supply and demand. Or maybe there's just been a lot of ups and downs with work. Maybe sometimes, some of you could be a business owner, and maybe sometimes things come in, and maybe sometimes things are quiet. Either way, it seems like you might be making progress towards some work, getting caught up, and fixing a situation. You have a lot of bugs around you this week, Libra. You have a pet. Like you're drowning when it comes to your work. So that's what I mean. Organized, being organized and disciplined. It feels like it goes a long way. The barrier for some of you is what's going on with you emotionally and mentally. I said maybe you might feel like you need a mental health day off to kind of deal with some personal issues. But I think that the issue is that maybe you just don't have the time, or your job is just very demanding and you don't have that luxury of maybe taking that time off. Either way, I think something might be easier than maybe you realize. And it seems like you might be getting closer to maybe completing something. Maybe something is nearing completion. Maybe you are close to the finish line with something. And maybe once you do complete something, maybe it's gonna be easier. Maybe this is some of you, maybe you're getting through probation, maybe I don't know. And maybe you might feel like, okay, once I get over this hump, things will be easier. But it feels like something has you standing still for a minute. And with the fact that you're standing still, it feels like it's because you're waiting. You're waiting to know something. You're waiting for information. So that leads me to believe that some of you, maybe you're between jobs. Or this week, you might be thinking about resigning. You could be thinking about becoming a business owner. Some of you this week, you might have an interview coming in. But whatever industry you work in, it seems like there's a lot of competition. And I mentioned that someone feels threatened by you, by your work, by your influence, by the way that you come across, by the way that you carry yourself. Libra, because I mentioned to you in the beginning, you're someone that catches a lot of attention. Or this is a Libra being jealous of someone else. Maybe wanted to steal someone's, we talked about plagiarism, stealing someone's work. So it seems like somebody could possibly be trying to take credit for someone else's work. We were a cross watcher. I might be stealing somebody's ideas. I have early retirement, so not working does create unnecessary drama with others. We stay calm and poised through readings. Others like hardcore sometimes. I feel like knives in stomach. Oh, yeah. Social media. Might be somebody watching under. I mentioned to you, you have a spy. Somebody could possibly be on your social media accounts trying to do so anonymously. Somebody may not want you to know that they're watching, sort of thing. Come on. This is going on in the tarot community. We talked about plagiarism. Like I said, maybe you just work in social media and social media is a monkey do, monkey see type of thing. Somebody feels like they can profit off the coattails of someone else by copying their work. It feels like it's that sort of thing. That's the sort of work environment. Oh, that's why I was hearing that Khalees song. There's this, I remember the name of the song, but in the song she's chanting, I don't want to say that. Anyway, maybe like I said, there's somebody around you that you can't stand. Seems like you're trying to ward off a lot of negativity this week. Some of you, like I mentioned to you, court. This may have something to do with children. I mentioned to you, maybe you have a court case. Maybe there is someone removing children from a home due to violence. You have some money that's coming in, Libra. So this is you kind of going through it financially. Sometimes money is cool, and then sometimes it's not. Or something has kept you from being able to work. Maybe it's due to a health issue. Like I said, it seems like you might get some money that might come in, Libra. But it seems like you're ruminating over something. You're reacting to things in your head. Like I said, maybe you're lashing out or somebody is lashing out at you. It seems like it would be necessary to attack the issue, not the person. There's a deeper issue about what's going on, Libra, and it feels like for the longest time it's been about healing, or it's been getting a hold of an addiction that's just out of control. Because it seems like someone is suppressing, pushing down a lot of emotions, not dealing with the deeper issues, and that's why it feels as though someone is spiraling. Let's see, what is the solution to this, spirit guides? A living situation I mentioned to you is going to be coming up. So it seems like maybe that's something that you're dealing with. And maybe for some of you, a living situation is up in the air right now. Maybe you're not sure what's going to happen with that, or it's just hard for you to plan ahead. Whatever obstacles you're dealing with this week, Libra Nation, these are temporary. You're trying to figure out how to get unstuck. You're ruminating over things. There's a situation that might be happening in your life this week with this standstill that we talked about. The obstacles, they're temporary, but it seems like they're still present. So there's some sort of situation and it's coming to an end. It seems like you're scooting up to the end of this. So maybe towards the end of the week or the end of the 7 days, you might notice that this energy kind of tapers off. I told you I didn't really want to talk about that, but you saw that voodoo doll, right? That's not the case for everyone. Let me repeat, not everyone has some sort of hex work being done. But for some of you, I mentioned to you, somebody feels threatened by you, threatened by your success. Or Libra, this is you feeling threatened by someone's, like I said, somebody is jealous or threatened by someone, feeling like maybe somebody is going to come in. I don't know, like it's a competitor. So it seems like somebody has some sort of fake animosity. They're trying to compete with you, even though somebody did not start a competition. Anyway, like I said, yep, this is a spiritual war. Ooh, what reading did I do last? I did Virgo. You got to be dealing with a Virgo. Virgo had some sort of spiritual battle going on as well. There's battles going on over a baby. Yes, this has something to do with your living situation. That's the issue. I mentioned to you, nosy neighbors. Maybe in your apartment building. Maybe it's that sort of thing. Somebody is coming across real weird. Like they're giving off a weird vibe, you know? Something about that is weird. I think you know who this person is though, Libra, because of the way that you're looking at them. Like, you know, somebody is a troublemaker or somebody doesn't have the best of intentions. So you guys are saying, you know what, Libra, this week, discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. I mentioned to you plagiarism. So maybe there's certain things, maybe some ideas that maybe you're coming across. And maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep certain things to yourself. So you kind of have this, you know, kind of mapped out and maybe completed. Definitely, it feels like there's a separation. Somebody could be traveling, they could be leaving. But it seems like somebody is coming back to the situation to maybe figure things out. Libra, you might be hungrier than usual. Maybe you might be gravitating to a lot of sweets. I mentioned to you, maybe you do have the gift of tarot. Or you do some sort of divination, or you're going to maybe get some clarity from tarot. With regard to your health, I feel like it's your mental health more than anything, obviously. So it seems like you might be finding a way to improve that. You got to, Libra. This isn't sustainable. The spirit guys, what is the advice about this? What does Libra do if they're in a situation like that? You guys are saying let yourself receive support. Maybe you're trying to do everything by yourself. It's often easier for empaths to give than to receive. Allow others to support you. Experience the pleasure of their carrying energy. Maybe you are shutting people out and you're trying to handle everything by yourself. And it just feels like it may be necessary for you to maybe allow others in. Allow them to help you. Maybe going outside could also be beneficial. It seems like maybe you're just constantly indoors. That's the thing. Behavior, interpretation. Somebody doesn't know what you're going through. They can't get inside of your mind. They don't know how deep this is for you. Somebody doesn't. Somebody's not a mind reader this week. So if you do feel like you need help or you need advice from someone, it may be beneficial for you to reach out. But it feels like it's a respect factor this week. Somebody might feel like maybe they feel like they're infringing on someone else's time or whatever. An advice card that just came out. Somebody pregnant, Libra? It seems like somebody around you could be. Advice for the Libra Nation. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So it seems like with you being an air sign, especially Libra, I don't think you're good with time management. I think you might be late. That might be what's going on with your boss. Maybe that your boss might feel like you're not punctual. And maybe they talk to you, maybe there's been a write-up, and maybe they feel like you're not taking it seriously. So maybe, I don't know. Or maybe you're like, well, F it, I'm leaving anyway. It could be that sort of thing. Anyway, your logical mind is telling you to do something in particular, but your heart is guiding you, giving you some sort of different guidance. Your intuition is telling you something different. So don't be afraid to listen to your intuition. Don't be afraid to trust what your discernment is telling you. Trust your intuition the first time in especially some given situations that maybe you're suspicious about. Talked about this card that says suspicion. Somebody this week, like I said, you catch a weird vibe about them. You're suspicious of them. And maybe they're just kind of standing around. Like I said, that's what's giving you a weird vibe about them. Cleanse. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean your house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. I think some of you it is. It's time for a spiritual cleanse. It seems like there's a lot of negativity around you. So your guides are saying, cleanse that negative energy off of you. Because it definitely, like I mentioned to you, it seems like for some of you, somebody is really sending that to you. I mentioned to you that in the beginning of the reading. Maybe I didn't emphasize it enough. Some of you, you're dealing with someone who's very skilled in magic. Maybe you're not dealing with them. Maybe they're just kind of in the background, observing, watching, and being a bit of a spy, being a menace in your situation. But by the looks of it, Libra, I think you kind of have an idea of who this person is because of the way that you're looking at them. Advice, Holy Spirit, for Libra Nation. I guess they're saying release fear. I mentioned to you, it's the not knowing of something that has you in a state of fear. Stop inventing scary stories about the future. Stay in the now and affirm your strengths. It seems like you're so worried about something that hasn't happened yet, or it's the fact that things are up in the air and you're just not sure how things are going to play out. It seems like everything is going to be okay. Or whatever comes, Libra, it seems like you're going to be able to deal with this. Your guides are saying, just breathe. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It is the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-saving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So it definitely seems like your spirit guides are they're talking about prana. So again, going outside, getting some fresh air. Seems like something is blocking your chi flow. Maybe you're cultivating some chi outside, this sort of thing. In other words, maybe you're switching your frequency so that you can manifest differently. It seems someone has deeper feelings for you that they're letting on. Okay, well, we talked about that. I told you somebody's coming back. Well, somebody left, someone's coming back. Or for some of you, this is a new situation. Only time will tell. This is what I mean. With something that you're dealing with this week, Libra, you may have to kind of wait something out. Time might be required of you. We talked about standstill. It feels like it's time. You might have to be patient. Yep, once again, time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Somebody is so worried about time. Time management, not being able to keep up, paying bills late, this sort of thing. Or this is somebody worried about jail time. It may not be as bad as you think it is, Libra. You might be making mountains out of molehills with a legal situation. It seems like everything is going to play out the way that it needs to, but that's the situation. You're waiting for someone else to make a decision, or it seems like you might need to decide, or something maybe involving people in your house. You're waiting for a decision to be made about something. It looks like everything is going to be okay, or you'll be able to handle whatever comes next. You got to just be able to keep your head straight in a situation, because like I said, you might not know how something is going to play out, but you can't stop your life. You know what I mean? Because of some circumstances that are going on. Might be easier said than done. It might be easier for me as the reader to kind of say that. And it might be completely different for you. But whatever this is, hold it together, because it seems like everything is going to be okay, Libra. Like I said, you can handle what comes up next, but that's the lesson. Letting go. Allow a higher force to take charge in this point in time. That might make things a bit easier, because it seems like in certain situations your hands are tied. Like there's nothing that you can do but kind of wait. But remember, you got this card that came out that said temporary obstacles. Things are temporary. It's what I mean. Not everything is what it seems right now. With that, Libra Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. This reading was helpful to you. Help me out by giving this reading a thumbs up. Consider subbing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you, Libra Nation, for deciding to tune in this week. Have a blessed, beautiful, and restful week, Libra Nation. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.